slap that like button in the.
Like a boss.
Alright. Then it's
Okay,
not happening.
let's talk about Stranded Isle. Okay.
Yeah, that's our intro. Good intro.
Um. So
Oh,
what
we're
are we
talking about
starting with?
Stranded Isle?
This is
Yeah,
the
that's
Stranded
the
Isle
point.
pod.
What do you think we're here for?
I have to leave this call now.
Oh,
Oh, well, that's
okay,
unfortunate.
okay. Bad luck. Just talking about it gives you bad luck.
Mhm.
Okay, let's talk about everything you'd want to know before starting at 8%.
Oh god. You're just
No,
gonna be
I'm
reading
joking.
another guide.
Yeah. No. So let's
Alright,
talk
here's the
about.
3 pillars. Hold on,
Oh,
like,
Oh, 3 pillars? Oh dear god, don't put me
there
on
are
a spot
three
like this.
pillars. Okay.
You know, like, I have this theory that there's like 3 pillars to get good SI time. Which is
Oh
like,
right, yeah.
yeah, knowledge,
Go ahead.
execution, and luck. And I mean, I
It's
guess
so one of those pillars is bigger than the other. The others.
not like I'd say they're all like roundabout equal,
No,
honestly.
I actually think that knowledge is pretty big actually
Mhm.
because like on a base level, remembering the list is actually like it's like the first big piece of knowledge that you need to actually speedrun the game
Mhm.
effectively. And we take that for granted because like I literally quit the game for like 11 months and I can still remember it.
Mhm.
Um but there's a lot more knowledge to be had with Stranded Isle. The knowledge of like how long it takes to break something on average.
Yeah, Jamor mining strats, punch placing
Yeah,
if that ever gets in
Jamor
anywhere.
mining. I don't count punch placing.
All right, screw you.
No, but yeah, I would say like there's definitely stuff where it's like, oh, I know that it takes like this long to mine a Jamor, so why don't I shovel some sand so that by the time I'm finished, the sand will be able to be shoveled again or something like that.
Yeah.
Um, execution though, I think it's actually more important than we appreciate. I was thinking about this earlier. I was actually looking at the world record run 443,
Which has
and I was thinking
not good
like, well,
execution.
your execution is great in terms of menuing for the most part. It might not be your fastest ever for end menuing or something, but like I think your menuing is much faster than mine. Um,
I mean, fair, but definitely a few glaring mistakes I see in it.
yeah. So the other part of execution I was thinking about is like, so for example, when you're mining stone or when you're mining trees, if you hold down the mine button while you mine something, you're holding forward and you hold down the mine button to go to the next thing.
Mhm.
A lot of the time what happens is you miss one swing,
Yeah.
right, in between that. And that is a time loss because that's losing bar, which is a waste of EBM, right?
Yeah.
So there's execution on that as well, um, which I think that I'm very conscious of. If you watch me play, a lot of the time I will mine things slower than other players. Like I don't hold down the button, I press the button.
Yeah.
And the reason I do that is because I want to make sure that I'm not doing the like missed punch thing as
Mhm.
often as other people. Um, obviously it doesn't work because I am slower than three people, so
Yeah. You're
clearly
pioneering the
I'm
strat.
trash. But I'm pioneering the strat, I guess.
Yeah.
It doesn't really work with trees. You have to mine trees so quickly that you can't really slow down.
Yeah.
Because the stone axe just takes like no stamina.
I can't wait for Hollow Knight to come out with the wasted punch.
I mean,
The
here's the
like
thing.
30-page
For sure.
guide.
Yeah, here's the thing. I mean, like, if you hold the same direction towards, like, another tree or something, whenever you
Yeah.
mine a tree, usually you won't miss a hit going to the next one. Usually you can mine
Usually,
fast
but
enough.
it does happen.
It does happen, of course. Like, especially if you have
It
to change
is,
direction, it's probably going to mess up. But
yeah,
I don't think you have to do it
that
for
is fair.
every single thing.
No, you don't. It's more important, I think. Um, it's more important when there's not something in front of you.
Mm-hmm.
So like if you have to turn around to get something or go to a different place, it's more important then. You're more likely to accidentally miss.
Yeah.
And then it comes to luck.
Oh, especially
So
sand. Hold up, especially sand. If you just hold sand, a lot of the time you're
yes,
gonna try and
you
shovel
will
the
miss a
thing you already have.
lot. You will miss a lot.
Mm-hmm. It's probably the most
And then it
important part
comes to
there.
luck, which is to say that everything you mine is RNG.
Mm-hmm.
Every time you punch or mine, it is an RNG amount how much damage it does, depending on the tool, because
I
your
mean,
fists
to
and I
be
think
to
wooden
be
tools
fair,
do fixed damage.
yeah, to be fair, wound tools and punches are fixed.
Yeah. Everything above that though is slightly randomized, and it gets
Mm-hmm.
worse the more you go on.
Yeah, like for example, it
Um,
could be like anywhere from 6 to 8 hits for an iron,
yeah,
ore, and then I think like Jamori could get crazy with it, but usually it just varies by one as well. Like on average, it's 25 hits, but sometimes it's 24 and sometimes it's 26.
yeah.
Just stuff like that.
It's also random. I think maybe you can correct me if I'm wrong on this. I haven't looked at the code, but I think it's random how much stamina you lose as well.
Um, I don't think so.
Okay, so you don't think so.
No, it seems pretty
Um,
fixed.
it seems like it's an inconsistent amount, but it could be like a rounding thing. Um,
Well, I mean, like,
but yeah, so everything you break, everything you kill has random odds, and it's especially bad for
true.
zombies because they have a chance that other things don't have, which is to drop nothing.
Yeah, like zombies and
So that
sand. Like if you just get
that is
zeroed out.
especially bad
Mm-hmm.
for yeah
For a run, yeah.
for a run. Um, so like I think it's pretty obvious that and then also seeds are random. And I talked about this before in another video, but because seeds are random and because drops are random, your experience with the game is random, which means your ideas about the game, which are affected by the way you've played the game, is also random, right?
Yeah, we're getting to the point of like theory about how people are raised as SI runners.
Exactly. Like we've gone beyond game theory. That is very much a meta theory,
Mm-hmm.
um, kind of thing.
This is
So
Matthew Patrick theory.
Meta
yeah, this
theory.
is Matthew Patrick
Meta
meta
theory. How
theory.
your first few seeds have affected your grind set.
It's not the first few. It is probably the first like few dozen. Like
Fair.
I think it matters a lot, and I think that that's why it's really important to watch other people's runs. Not
Mm-hmm.
because like you can't sub five, because obviously like a Hollow Knight, you had no one to compare to when you were going for sub five. At least it's not like
True.
Aramin was studying your vods either. However, if you want to be the best Stranded Isle player that you can be, I think that it's a really good idea to study, like to at least watch those runs and notice what people do different.
Yeah.
And it's not work. It's not effort. It's not like you have to sit with a notepad and be like, okay, they did this, and then because you notice it when you watch how people play differently. I was watching Czar's new PB, which is
Mm-hmm.
very good. It's like 21 seconds, I think. 5 minute 21 seconds,
5 minutes
obviously.
14 actually now.
What the fuck? When?
Yeah, he PB'd.
Yeah, he
Didn't you see
Oh
that? Oh no, wait, hold
no,
up.
I didn't.
I was chatting with him a lot, so you probably
PB'd
didn't see
again.
it.
514.
Yeah,
I
no,
did not
literally,
see that.
literally the story behind it is he just told a friend, "Hey, I'm gonna PB this run," and then he PB'd that run. And that was the only run he did.
Oh my god, he's too close to sub five. I
But
have
yeah,
a feeling Czar's gonna be the fastest person to sub five.
yeah. Can we talk
Not
about the
like
current state of the game and how
yeah,
good
yeah.
Czar's doing right now?
So to take a quick detour, Czar. When was Czar's first run? I'm gonna look this up on the leaderboard right now because I'm already on it.
I'm pretty sure it
If
was
we go
sometime
to
in October.
if we go to obsoleted runs, Czar's first run was 2 months ago. No, it wasn't. Yes, it was. It was the
Really?
31 minute, I guess, or no, the 13 minute was the first one.
Uh huh.
So that
Yeah,
was 2 months ago in September, but it was near the end of September. So it's been pretty much exactly 2 months. I
exactly
think
a minute.
Yeah.
yesterday was the 2 month anniversary of Czar's first run.
Let's go. Two
And
month
he is
anniversary.
dangerously close to sub fiving. He's
Mm-hmm.
got 5 minute 14, which
Yeah.
is just insane. That is a really fast run for someone who's been playing the game for 2 months. Although
Mm-hmm.
I think that it's not that unrealistic. Um, so what I'm kind of thinking is, if you come into the game today, it is easier for you to get a sub six time than it was when there were only like one or two sub sixers,
Mm-hmm.
because you can talk to Hollow Knight and you can talk to Armin or like anyone else who plays the game, and they can just give you it. They can coach you, and it
SI
really is
coaching?
it really is a thing. SI coaching is a thing. I mean, you coached me. You
Yeah.
like, it's not like we sat down and
SI
I was
coach,
like, it's not like I sat down
$5.
and I was like, Hollow Knight, help me. But I stream my runs to the Discord sometimes, and you have like said things about it. You've said like, "Oh, I wouldn't do that," right? Or like,
Yeah, like I just try to point out minor things, like good and bad.
exactly, and it helps. And I
Mm-hmm.
think that Czar benefited from that early on, probably. Um,
And
that's
pioneering the
my
coaching strat
guess.
for SI, dude.
So what I'm noticing here, this is getting into some sort of kind of what's the word?
Where are you going with
Stupid
this?
territory. But so what I've noticed here is that if we look at the obsoleted runs, Armin and Hollow Knight both had a 5 minute 09 second for Hollow Knight and a 5 minute 08 second for Armin before their sub 5.
Mm-hmm.
That was their
Yeah,
PB's sub 5 before sub 5.
Yeah.
Before that, Armin had a 5 minute 14, two 5 minute 14s, and Hollow Knight had a 5 minute 15.
Yeah.
Czar is currently at his 5 minute 14. So let's put in the prediction. Czar is going to get a 5 minute 08 and then he's going to PB, right? He's going to get sub 5
Yeah.
after he gets a 5
so I
minute
was
8
gonna copy me.
time.
I
He's
don't
not
know.
going to copy you because Hollow Knight basically did the same thing. 5 minute 09 second is not much different.
Yeah, I mean, there's like a
So I'm
pattern of
thinking that
like.
he's gonna sub 510 and then he's gonna sub 5.
Here's the thing. It's taken him like less runs in a certain barrier to get to where he is. Like for example, I had multiple like 5-2x's. Armin had multiple 5-2x's. He
You
just had
did,
one 5-2x.
and then
I
he
feel like
PB.
I feel like he's gonna shoot up a little bit more than just like a 508. Like I'm
Do you
feeling the
think that Czar could
506.
get world record?
I don't think he
Or
could quite
let's
get
not
there
say
right now,
could
but
he, because I think obviously he could. The real question is, do you think he will? Do you like?
I don't know if
Do
he
you
has that
think
grind
that
set.
he? Because I think he's gonna sub 5. I think at this point with a 514,
It's
it's pretty
inevitable.
obvious that it's gonna happen.
Mm-hmm.
He wants to as well, and that's a big part of it, right?
Yeah.
Um,
It depends
so
on
it
if he wants to grind afterwards. I mean, I could have gone world
that's what I'm
record if I
saying.
still
Like,
played the game. You know,
do you think that Czar will grind the game after he gets sub 5?
I don't know. I feel like he's
I
probably
don't know
gonna.
either. I think it depends how long it takes. If he gets sub 5 like next month, I could see him grinding. If it takes him more than that, I could see him getting sick of it.
Armin, would you continue grinding after he beat your like sub 5 with like a 457 or 456? That is kind of a vital question here.
Armin?
All right, he DC'd. Fantastic.
Okay, disconnected.
But while waiting, the reason I
While
asked
we're
that is
waiting.
because like I feel like he might just sit there if he just gets like third place because he's like, well, I mean, I got the sub 5, but then like
Yeah, got the sub 5.
if he beats
Yeah.
yeah, and if he like beats
Oh,
Armin,
hello.
yeah, hello, Armin, would you try to beat him to get second again? Like seriously? Because then like
Hold up. I'm switching to my phone because my computer just can't handle a stable connection.
Okay, I
that's
will see you on the other side.
it's epic.
That's why the mic quality dropped.
Yeah.
Also, yeah, I will.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
I feel like
so okay,
yeah, I
that
feel like
makes
there'd be like a
sense.
bit of a second like battle there. where
Which
like they're
I
just
think it would be
continuing to beat each
really
other.
cool because sub fivers historically have not really grinded. That
Yeah.
443 was an accident.
That was literally an accident.
Hollow Knight was not trying to PB,
Indeed.
just playing Stranded Isle.
Yeah, I think it was just a zoning moment.
And Araman immediately gave up after getting sub. Well, not gave up, but stopped running, stopped grinding. So
Mhm.
I think it would be really cool to have two sub fivers trying to beat each other, and that could potentially be the thing that pushes the record lower.
Yeah, no,
Um,
I'm already trying
if
to like
Armin and
do.
Zar are both trying to beat each other's times, which I'm not saying Zar would, I could easily see Zar beating Armin. Armin takes it back, and Zar never plays again. Like I could see that
Mhm.
happening. But if they were to both grind, that might be what it takes to get the record lower. And Hollow Knight, here's an essential question:
Yeah.
if you saw that they were getting close to your record, let's say Armin or Zar got like a 445, would you start running again
Oh, of
any
course.
percent?
Dude, I'm already
Yeah.
on like
You are grinding
the
any
like slight
percent
grind
again.
because I'm trying to spend like at least like 30 minutes a day just playing it. Whether or not it's
That's what
record,
I've
I
been
don't
doing.
care. I'm just trying to stay on top of my game just in case one of them like 4-4x's. Because then I'm gonna be like, okay, I am spending like 5 hours a day trying to PP now, because otherwise I'm
Mhm.
gonna get beat. And I
I
mean
think
like,
it's
I don't want to have my epic
undeniable
any
that
percent streak
Zar is a
run.
good player.
Oh, for sure.
You can watch his
Yeah,
runs.
no shit.
He has the knowledge. His menuing is not that fast.
Let's keep in mind though, I had horrible menuing around this time as well. Like when I was like in the
Yeah, I know.
515, like 509, I still did not have that good of menuing.
Yeah.
It
My
took a while for me to
menuing
get it.
still, well, I mean, my menuing before in menuing is pretty amazing, but with in menuing, it's still garbage
Yeah.
in my
Right.
opinion.
For someone who invented the the practice mod, his menuing is not, it's not sub 5 level. I'm not saying he couldn't sub 5 with the menuing that he has, but I'm
Hmm.
saying that Armin and Hollow Knight are like several seconds faster than
Right.
Zar
And he said he got like 12 to
in
13
menuing.
seconds. So like, I feel like he's definitely able to get a really fast in menuing,
Yeah,
maybe
yeah.
faster than I've
I
done.
mean, the thing is, like, executing at the end of the run is the hard part.
Yeah.
Doing it on the practice mod is easier.
Hmm. You just gotta get used to the nerves.
Yeah. Um, I guess since we're talking about placement, I had something earlier. I don't remember
Man,
what I was gonna
Damn,
say.
isn't it
good
crazy?
content.
Isn't
Oh
it
yeah,
crazy that Nor
so I
grinded
mentioned
mobile?
that so Zar is luckier than all of us. Can we agree that Zar just has
Yes,
inhumanely good
Absolutely.
zombies every time?
Yeah.
yes.
Obviously not every run, because I do appreciate that Zar puts in more runs than me probably. I play for like 30 minutes a day usually.
Just
Yeah.
waiting for the
However,
4 week break.
I have watched Zar stream on Discord, and he's way luckier than any of us are on average.
Plays on Pog Edition, Scandal incoming.
Um,
I think he does.
that's the thing. He does play on Pog Edition,
Yeah.
so there's no scandal. It's legit.
No, I'm just
Um,
saying, like, freaking the Scandal that I changed
Hold
the
on, if you
odds.
beat me without being on target edition, I'm immediately
Yeah.
rejecting it.
Hollow Knight, did you change the odds on Pog Edition?
I mean,
No.
I didn't. I don't think I did anyway, because at this point I feel like it's possible.
If he did, I would be luckier.
That's true. I've not seen the same kind of luck that
Well,
Zar
there's
did.
like an Armin clause where if there's anything luck related, Armin just always gets bad
Wait, but
luck.
doesn't Zar play on Mac though?
That's
So
true.
maybe only the Mac version has better odds.
Does it do like different like rounding things and therefore Mac is better? That would be crazy.
If
That would
was
be
the case,
fucking
that would be
stupid.
so stupid.
Absolutely.
I need to see how random works in Pico 8 now, because it's probably done software, and in which case, no, it shouldn't.
I was just saying that'd be funny, but
I don't think it should depend on. No, I don't think so. I'm going to guess that it's not going to
Nah, I think it's just
affect it at
John's.
all. I
It's
don't
just
think.
John's.
I think it would be silly to say that playing on a certain.
well,
Yeah,
it's
I think
silly,
it
but
would be
it's
silly
funny.
to say that. It would be funny. It would be.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's Zarcast over. Let's get
Zarcast.
back to to what I was talking about, which is like it's easier to get back. It's easier to get into the game now, is what I think.
Yeah,
Yeah,
there's more
I think
resources
that
to use.
100%.
I think that I have improved faster because of that, and I think that Czar has been able to improve. Like, if you take anyone, say Andrew, actually that's a bad example because Andrew kind of destroyed any percent because obviously he didn't get
Yeah.
that fast of a time, but he got it faster than anyone else, you know?
Hmm.
Like I think the time between his first any percent and his first sub six was like a week or something.
I
Um
mean, keep in mind, around that time, the record was like a 5:37 that I got in like response to him being pretty good. So, I
yeah,
mean,
yeah.
him taking second place, being 13 seconds away, that's not even something that, like, no offense, Armin can say right now, which is crazy. So, like, I don't know,
True,
man.
true. He was closer to world record then than Armin is now.
Yeah, and that's wild to think
Alright, but
about.
it's easier.
Yeah.
Yeah, no,
So
it's
okay,
easier. I'm not trying to say anything bad. I'm just saying.
there was 19 days between his first run and his sub 6.
Yeah.
19 days. That was fast.
Oh, yeah.
And
I'm sure if he kept going instead of going over to Bosco percent, he could have taken record.
yes,
I guarantee.
the same way that Armin and Czar could take record, though. I don't
Yeah.
think there's something special about Andrew that would make him faster. Although
I
I
just
do
think at
think,
the time he had a more like built-in intuitive understanding of how SI worked compared to like
well, he's just good at video games.
yeah,
That's it. Like
yeah,
like Andrew, we've talked about it before. Every game he picks up, he seems to be really good at.
yeah. He just seems to be able to pick it up like that.
Yeah. So there is that. And now I want to see it. Yeah, it is completely like there was a month and 6 days. So like 36 days between Czar's first run and Czar's first sub six. So that's the
Hmm.
difference. 19 days for and 19 days like he's the fastest person to get sub 6 considering when he started.
Yeah,
Um and I think that's pretty.
Honestly, I think the majority of that was just that he put in time.
I don't know how much time Andrew put in during that. I think you're probably not wrong, but I also think that he definitely had like a just a skill to pick up games quickly.
yeah. Just built
Because I
Yeah,
different.
mean,
I won't argue with that, but I mean, I think the
Stranded Isle
majority
is
of
one
this
of
game is
like
just putting
hasn't
in
Czar
time.
speed run like okay, actually Czar has a pretty good library of speed games now that I look at it. Although a lot of these, I think, yeah, like Stranded Isle was one of his first speed games. If you look at it, there's like 3 games I think that he speedrun before Stranded Isle. So
Including Champion Island, which admittedly is kind
including
of hard.
Champion Island,
He got
which
literally a perfect marathon.
yeah, that's hard.
Yep.
And RNG.
Mm-hmm. It requires RNG to get perfectly, so he's used to
Yeah.
grinding RNG.
So how many of the skills do you think transfer over between Stranded Isle and Champion Island Google Doodle Games Begin?
I wouldn't say there's much of like
Obviously, all of it.
a gameplay transition because like I don't know,
Yeah, sure. Well,
you menu more with your mouse in terms of going to the different games, so you can't really
yeah,
say that like
Champion Island is
manually
also
changes.
like more action based,
Yeah,
whereas Stranded Isle is kind of chill
yeah.
on movement and stuff.
Mm-hmm. So I don't
But
think
I
there's
think
much of
like I don't know,
transitions
people
other
play
than the
with
grind
keyboard.
set.
That's a common thing there.
Yeah, most people play like hybrid at the top level, so they
Yeah,
use both
more
keyboard
well,
and
yeah,
controller.
because of rugby, but
Yeah, keyboard and controller.
I mean, I play hybrid for Stranded Isle.
I think it's just controller, but okay.
Yeah,
It
you
is.
just
It
play
is. Oh
controller.
no! It is controller for the game, like the actual speedrun part. But I do use my keyboard. Um, well, I use my foot pedal, right? So let me.
Mm-hmm.
So you know how you can reset the game with with either button, like both buttons send you to the reset game.
Yeah.
So on my foot pedal, the button that stops my timer, or not stops, the button that resets my timer is set to C.
Mm-hmm.
which means that C opens your menu in Stranded Isle, right?
Yeah.
So I use that foot pedal button to reset my runs, which means that I technically play a hybrid.
Technically.
Technically.
It's just menu with like a foot pedal controller set up.
Yeah, yeah.
Just do end menuing with your foot pedals.
Honestly, Stranded Isle with foot pedal coming soon.
But I beat it with my feet.
Yeah, exactly, exactly.
It's just the Super Mario Odyssey speedrunner.
I think there is an untapped market for Stranded Isle mods and stuff.
Yeah, they're going the feet direction, but yeah, mods for sure.
We've
Let's not go into the feet direction with the mods.
no, let's not.
Let's not.
We have made mods, and some of them are for like cheat proofing the game so that people don't cheat. Some of
Looking
them
at you all night.
Hello.
some of them are aesthetic music. Pog Edition falls into both of those.
Mm-hmm. Then there's
Dream
just
Percent, obviously that's a cheat mod.
then there's just invisible menu.
And then you have invisible menu and the right way to play Stranded Isle,
Yeah.
which are both sort of and Impossible mod, which are both sort of challenge mods, but also just like weird gameplay quirks.
I like to just call them
like the
meme
kind of
mods.
thing you would see like we beat Minecraft while only walking in a straight line or something.
I
like
just want to
that,
be like the Stranded Isle version of Dream that doesn't cheat and
yeah,
doesn't like
you do. I can
milk
tell.
views.
And for what it's worth, I think the right method to speedrun Stranded Isle was a really entertaining video.
Yeah,
And
I
I
tried
thought
to
it
get
was
the best commentary for it.
interesting that the challenge that you had come up with.
Yeah.
And I also thought it was funny how the zombies only faced right as well. Did you do that on purpose, or were they like the same
No, it just like
variable?
happened to be that way, and I'm like, yeah, that'll work.
Right. That's quite funny. So I want to see more. I don't know. It's ambitious, but I think it would be cool to make like a Stranded Isle content mod that actually adds content to the game.
It'll take optimization, but I definitely think for like deluxe that'd be possible.
Well, yeah, exactly. I'm thinking deluxe for this just
Mm-hmm.
because there is more space. But no, that sounds like a really cool thing, and it might be something that I look into during I've got my university break in December, and I want to spend that time playing Stranded Isle, obviously, like not all the time because like fuck that, but
Yeah,
I want to spend that time
Stranded, I'll get sub 5 during 4 weeks.
just do it.
I want to play Stranded Isle during that time, and I also want to try like modding it because I think there's a lot more that we can do with the game other than just changing a few numbers here and there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that could be cool. That could be cool.
I've always wanted to have placeable things. Like you could place more than just sand, like
it wouldn't
stone.
be hard.
Or like wood
because
or
the
something.
code is already there for.
Yeah.
First of all, sand exists, so you
Mhm.
can already place sand on top of water. You can already destroy sand, and you can also have stone on top of grass. So it's not a big stretch to say, okay, we can put um, wood on top of the ground and we can break it because
Mhm.
all of those things are already in the game, right?
Yeah. It's just using mechanics that
So
already exist with different things.
honestly, that could be a thing that we actually implement in the future. I don't
Mhm.
know where we would start with that, but how hard could it be? Honestly, all of the elements required to make the more crafting aspect of the Minecraft clone,
It'd be like a
it's
base
all
building
there.
mod sort of thing.
Um, Obviously, a very ambitious idea is to do a seed thing. The way I understand it is that the only way that you can pull a seed from Pico 8 is to use a special method. I believe it's called SRAND in Pico 8.
Mm-hmm.
and that will give you a random number generator that also uses a seed.
Yeah.
Um, and the
Honestly, said seed would be Pog though.
Yeah.
and so the problem with that is, yes, you could do it, but you would have to change the way the game randomizes the seeds. Because as far as I'm aware, and maybe I'm wrong, the game doesn't actually use seeds. So I don't think
No.
there would be any way to get the seeds back from the
What it
game.
does is it
But
randomly generates a map, like a
yes,
layout, and then
exactly.
it'll send that to the next cart. But I don't think
Yeah,
it's
yeah, yeah.
impossible to just change the generation cart exclusively. As long as it has a similar output, I think it would still work pretty well. Obviously, it wouldn't be
You could
used for like
definitely
speedruns and
change it
stuff.
to output a seed. However, would that actually generate the same kind of worlds? I guess it could. I guess it could. Maybe we should look into that.
Yeah, that'd be the step to
Um,
look into is making it output the same with that number,
you
because
would
otherwise
have
it's
to
all there.
make it randomize the seed and then run the same process and then output the seed on the next cartridge. You could just have it print there for like a few frames or something
Mm-hmm.
so that you can recover it later.
Yeah.
Or maybe have it display when you pause the game or something like that.
Yeah.
So it's something to look into. Now that I know there's a specific method in Pico 8 for seeds, my well, I say Pico 8, it's Lua.
It's
But
just Lua
now
with
that I
extra
know that
steps.
it's there, I think it's more realistic to kind of think about making a seed recovery and input method for the game. However, it's still super ambitious.
Yeah.
So it'll never happen for Pcraft. It might happen for Deluxe Edition.
just port it to Unity, not that hard smile.
To Unity, I mean, that's quite a big leap from a fucking Lua Pico 8 game, but
I was gonna choose different software every single time for that bit.
um,
Just put
so
it
I
to
mean,
JavaScript, smiley face.
Yeah.
just JavaScript. I
Script.
I guess you could. It already plays in browser anyway, so there's no need for that. But if you wanted to,
Just port
I
it to
guess.
Pascal. Lamau.
What was that puzzle script thing that Evan was talking about?
I
We
don't
could
know.
we could port it to puzzle script.
Puzzle script time. Dude, I can't wait to play SI on
So
TI-84.
okay, this is not totally relevant, but I found a page on most fun games. Google Sites most fun games. Stranded Isle actually has a page in that. Do you want me to send you
Nice.
that page?
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
Put it in the mod chat. There's a most fun games page made by, I don't know who it's made by, but it has Stranded Isle on it
Yeah.
as one of the most fun games. Um,
It's so fun.
it seems to be loading it from 123 games, like embedding it from 123 games, which is weird, but we're not gonna question it.
It is slightly strange.
Um,
They
but that,
clearly want speedrunners, otherwise they would know this isn't a fun game.
Yeah.
yeah, they're clearly not speedrunners. So how is it being someone who has played the game casually? Can you tell me something about that experience?
I might be the only one who can.
Yeah.
I've never played it casually.
I
Like,
mean, it's kind of just like a discount Minecraft.
yeah, I mean, like,
Yeah,
I would make, like, art in sand as just my pastime, as well as just
yeah.
trying to mine the entire island. That's usually just what I did when I was bored and playing
The
SI.
game just seems so shallow for like casual play.
For Pico 8, it's pretty
Well,
poggers, but
well,
in general,
credit where
yeah.
credit's due. It's a Pico 8 game, right?
Mm-hmm.
So like, there's only so much content you can add.
Yeah, but Pico knows
Um,
better.
Pico Snail is a better game. Full stop.
Man, really gonna say on the SI Pogcast. Hot
Yeah,
take.
really.
Yeah.
Well,
That's
hey, look,
Man, hot
podcast.
take.
if there's anything to like talk about the quality of like Stranded Isle, this is not the Pico Snail podcast, right?
Yeah.
So clearly it did something right.
Mm-hmm.
It's because we aren't high on Pico Snail right now.
We're in high on Pico Snail. Pico Snail's a fun game. Do I think it's better than Stranded Isle?
Yes.
Kind of. I kind of do, yeah.
They're different, like they're different
It's a better
genres.
game.
They're completely different, and
Yeah.
I have put a lot more time into Stranded Isle already, so like
Mm-hmm.
it would be unfair for me to say like, oh, Stranded Isle sucks and Pico Snail's a much better.
Pico Snail's like going to school and getting straight A's. Stranded Isle is like going to fucking school and just drinking alcohol.
Bruh.
Stranded Isle is
This
like going
man's-
to school and getting someone else's grades. And it's just completely random whose grades you get.
Randomized who in the classrooms, grade you copy.
Yeah, yeah.
Bruh.
Are we gonna bring this back to speedrunning?
Let's
No.
bring it back. I mean, it doesn't need to be all about speedrunning.
It is just
It's-
straight
I
up.
mean, we talked about the casual side and it literally lasted like
yeah,
5 seconds.
I think
Yeah.
we've talked about it in enough detail, I guess.
I just love all
So,
the
yeah.
like little weird things in this game, honestly.
There are so many little weird things.
Yeah.
It makes the game feel. Oh, by the way, we just hit the total runtime of 20 hours in the Stranded Isle speedrun page.
Nice.
Yeah, it
Maybe
was
the day.
Zar's run that pushed it over. We're now at 20 hours, 1 minute, 20 seconds. So
That's epic. That's a
shout
pretty
outs
slow
to
speedrun though.
all the runners who made it possible, particularly Zar, Evan, and Mad Lad Calamari,
Oh,
and
absolutely.
Egg21. All those people who
Yeah,
got
yeah.
20+ minute runs.
Mm-hmm.
You're the real ones.
Shout outs to
Um,
those just starting out.
Although also shout out to Hollow Knight for just playing every category. There's
Yeah.
that. Not every category, actually.
There's one
No
I'm missing.
true ending
Yeah.
dream person.
Yeah, no, true ending dream percent. Where is it?
Good lord.
Yeah, shoutouts to those just starting out. I feel like it's kind of a shame that so many people start the game. Maybe they play it, maybe they get a couple PBs, but a lot of people just get one run.
Yeah.
But I think it's kind of a shame how many people drop it before they truly get to appreciate it, because I did,
There's
and
really
I came back to it.
there's truly
So
like
I have
a
like
point of
unique
enlightenment.
perspective there.
You only came back because me and Hollow were grinding it though.
That was kind of, yeah, it was because you guys were playing it. It's because Zar was playing it, and
People are playing it.
I just kind of like, I thought like, well, there's people playing it, and like I always wanted to be better at Strand. Like I've talked about it before. I kind of felt bad that I was shit at the game, because everyone else in big business, the other two people, were good at it. So it just kind of can we talk?
I feel
No,
bad for
we
being good at
won't.
the game now.
It just kind of
Don't
felt
worry,
bad.
Lily. I felt the same way during my sub 5 grind.
But now I don't feel like I'm bad at the game. I feel like I'm worse at the game than sub fivers, but I don't feel like I'm bad. I feel like I
No,
make
you're really good.
unique decisions that do not pay off all the time. You know?
Yeah.
Now that I'm better at the game, I still think I'm worse at it.
Yeah, that's fair. But yeah, I think it's a shame that so many people drop the game before they really get to see the
It takes a while to see the
the-
point of enlightenment.
Yeah, I agree. Like there's a beauty to how it feels to play Stranded Isle, get on a run and make decisions. And I think that the thing is, when you're starting out, you're not thinking a lot, you're making bad decisions, and when you're making bad decisions, you're not really appreciating all of the other decisions that were there.
I
Right.
think when you play
Yeah.
Stranded Out, you don't understand that there are decisions, and you just sort of make them without thinking about it.
You just do it.
Yeah, you don't understand anything when you're starting out, and it takes a while to get that.
And it's perfectly fine to be clueless.
Fundamentals. It took me a while to get the fundamentals, and I think I was so close to having them by the time I quit. that when I came back, it didn't take me long to sub 6. I think my first serious grind session was about an hour or two, and I got a I got a barely PB. It was like by a few seconds.
Yeah,
And
something
at
like
that
that.
point, I was kind of thinking, okay, I mean, that's cool, but it's not a big PB. I
Yeah,
beat Nardandus, which I was happy
of course.
about. And then
Yeah, you got like a
I
642.
I got a 605, which was a
Mm-hmm.
huge PB, and it was the same day. I
Massive.
think they were about half an hour apart or something.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and to be fair, I did cheat, but no, I didn't. I
Yeah.
should stop saying that.
Sure,
I
you did
didn't
cheat.
cheat. I didn't cheat. And then
I
the
watched the
next
cheat
day,
live.
literally the next day, I got the sub 6.
Yeah.
And I think that what like that proves that I was close to getting it when I quit, because I came back and I almost immediately got the sub 6. It was like a day later.
Yeah.
Does that mean that if I played for 2 more days I would have sub 6? No,
Yes,
but
100%.
I would have gotten a PB event. Like, I would have gotten a PB, but I wasn't willing to stick around to actually do that.
Yeah. To be
Which,
fair, that was like December, and that was a pretty dark time.
it was rough.
Yeah.
It feels
Sure.
really awesome to see 5 active runners for Stranded Isle.
Mm-hmm.
That is probably the most we've ever had.
Yeah, I would think like even a few other key moments in the game's history, that's probably just where it like peaked at around 4 or 5. I don't think we've
Yeah,
ever been
yeah.
at this point for quite a while for sure.
Yeah.
It's it's a really cool thing.
Yeah. It's really sick. We're
Andrew, stop being a bitch and run the game. Andrew, stop
Yeah,
being a bitch and run the
Andrew,
game.
run the game. You fell off. Plus Al plus ratio.
I mean, there's
He
no
did
boss
actually
kill percent,
leak
dream
the
percent.
DMs. I don't know if I'm allowed to leak this, but I'm going to.
I'm
Ooh.
gonna like Mad Lads.
He said, if I play it again and I decide it's enjoyable and I can grind it without getting annoyed, I may come back. Which has a lot of ifs.
Yeah.
I feel like, yeah,
It's a
he's pretty
lot
much
of
done, but
ifs. So I'm pretty sure Andrew's not coming back, but it would
Yeah.
be really awesome because
I,
I think it would be really cool to have no sub sixers. Everyone who is sub 6 is also sub 5.
it'd be pretty funny.
that would be funny.
Like, I know that Czar's gonna sub 5. It doesn't make sense at this point. He's too close to just like not do it.
Yeah.
I don't know
Yeah.
if I will, but if I do, I need Andrew to do it. I need Andrew to do it next.
Mm-hmm.
You need a sub 5 right here right now, Lily.
No. I'll play the game later today, but
You need a sub 5 right here right now. I'm betting $10 on this. Come on.
It's
it's been
crazy.
4 days since I've PB'd. I'm due for one, I think.
Yeah. It's kind of crazy, honestly. But, like, even just, like, half a year ago, like, freaking sub 5 was, like, this impossibly fast thing to do. And, like, nowadays, there's a bunch of people who are on the track to possibly getting it, you know?
All
There's
me,
not.
baby.
Yeah,
All
no.
me, baby.
Yeah, no,
I was
honestly,
the
all
one
you,
who
Armin.
made it possible.
Armin,
Only me, no one else.
Yeah, you opened the floodgates, I think, by getting it, and where everyone else is like, holy crap, I can do it. That's
I
crazy.
actually 6 months ago, 7 months ago is when you actually got the first sub 5.
Yeah.
So
That was like a half a year ago where that was just
and
the only
once you
sub
got
5.
it, it didn't feel like that meant Armin could get it. I'm pretty sure
Right.
Armin's PB at the time was like a high 5.
Mm-hmm.
It
I think
didn't
it was
feel like
big
there was
5.
anyone close to doing that, and that makes sense because it then took Armin 5 months following that to to manage a sub 5 again.
Yeah.
And then Czar comes along, and he seems like he's on track to do it pretty soon. I would expect it
Well,
before.
I think
I,
the thing is that I did it on my own pace, so I was doing it on
you
his
did,
own
you did.
pace as
You were
well.
not you were not trying to make it happen quickly. You were just playing the game.
Yeah. Doing it whenever you felt like it.
Which is what I'm doing at the moment. I just play the game for like
I
30
felt
minutes
like
at
I
the end
should
of the
sub
day
5
normally.
on your face. I'm gonna do it right now.
Just gonna do it. Smile.
Do you want to gamble? Who thinks that Zara's gonna sub 5 before the end of the year?
End of the year.
Before
I think he
January.
will. I
I
think he
think he
will.
will.
Yeah.
He said that he'll have some time to grind during December. And the fact that right now he's only doing it every so often he's playing the game, and he's 514.
Mm-hmm.
I know
definitely
we've been
feel
talking
like
about Zar
I feel like
sub 5
specifically
in the
late
longest.
I mean,
December.
Zora's like the only interesting thing that happened in this game in a
Thanks,
while.
Armin. Thanks, Armin.
Zara is the most interesting thing. I'm not
Hey,
gonna say
you
the
have
No,
only.
a
you're right.
547, alright? But,
You're
like,
right.
no
I
diss
am.
with you, but, like, there's, like, 20 seconds or
I
20,
know.
30
There,
seconds
there's
diff.
a huge. There's actually a huge amount of time between uh, Zara and I. It's 33 seconds,
Mm-hmm.
which is just. It feels like there was a time where Zara and I were close.
Just grind.
It was. It
You're
was.
not a fit rival anymore.
Hold on. It was 2 weeks ago that we were within a few seconds of each other.
Mm-hmm.
And now Zar is more than half a minute ahead of me.
Are you just gonna sit
So
down
I'm
and let
not
him
a
do
good
that?
rival
Forehead.
anymore.
You're just gonna let him do
I
that?
will. I will. I mean, I do play the game every day, right? Like that's grinding. Maybe I
Mhm.
don't play it for like 6 hours, but like I play the game.
Yeah.
How long, actually?
Yesterday I played for like an hour, but I think I probably averaged maybe 30 minutes, 40 minutes
Mhm.
normally.
You're gonna get sub 5 within, like, 5 months. Let's
It's
go.
usually just like at the end of the day, I just turn it on and maybe watch a Matt Pat video or something.
That's
Baby
exactly
Shark
what
is
I did.
adopted.
Baby Shark's adopted.
I actually I don't I know that you both know this, but to put it out to the world, my 547 I PB'd while watching the Baby Shark is adopted film theory.
Mm-hmm.
Like that was on in the background
Yeah.
while I PB'd, which
Just
is really
vibing.
funny to me.
That is extremely funny
Um,
in comedy.
I also have Baby Shark cereal. Like,
Wait, what?
yeah.
What?
So if you don't know, I'm pretty sure Baby Shark is owned by Nickelodeon at the moment.
How?
I could be wrong,
Is
but
it?
not like the song. The song is not owned by anyone, but I believe that the brand, the like yellow
The Baby
shark
Shark
and the
brand.
mommy shark, I think that Baby Shark or has like I think Nickelodeon has the like licensing agreement for like the West
Mm-hmm.
because Baby Shark is a like it's from Pinkfong, which is a South Korean company. I went into all of this when I saw the cereal, I was like, I need to know the story behind this because it has the Nickelodeon. I'll send you a picture. It has the Nickelodeon brand on it. So I
Mhm.
think that Nickelodeon is the I'll put it in mod chat. I think Nickelodeon is the distributor of Baby Shark in the West or like
Bruh.
Pinkfong in the West.
What the heck?
Kellogg's.
So yeah, Kellogg's is the one who made the Baby Shark in collaboration with Nickelodeon and Pinkfong. Yeah, I bought this cereal because I just thought it was fucking hilarious that it existed,
What's
and it's
taste
actually
like?
pretty good. It's actually
Oh.
pretty good. It's a multigrain toffee flavor cereal. The toffee is not that strong. Like the flavoring is not very strong,
Yeah.
but then it's only like 4% sugar, so that's pretty good for like a breakfast cereal.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like very edible. Like you can eat a bowl of it
It's
and
quite edible.
it's not like bad. I mean it's no fucking what's a good cereal?
Off-brand s'more cereal.
Yeah, like it's not off brand s'mores, but it's Kellogg's Baby Shark toffee flavored multigrain cereal, 350 grams. You know, like
Yeah.
It is indeed Kellogg's Baby Shark.
It's the
so.
shark on that YouTube video.
To get back onto the Stranded Isle speedrunning topic,
I mean,
This
what are you
is
talking
big
about?
business in the hot
yeah, I mean, look, there are going to be diversions, but
It's a
to
podcast.
get
What do you
back onto
expect?
the topic,
I mean, heck, I think Baby Shark was on topic
What
enough.
was the combo before the Baby Shark cereal?
we were talking about Zar, we were talking about whether he would sub 5 this year, we were talking about how I'm not that good at the game, but at least I'm trying.
Can I give a shout out to Nar grinding the any percent while on mobile?
Yeah, yeah.
Isn't that crazy?
Because of sub 6, where is he? Come on.
Not only is Narthawal um, pushing to go sub 7 on mobile, but he's also a game developer now.
Yeah,
So
it's really
that's
crazy.
pretty neat.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he
I
also
think,
likes Colonite, so that's neat as well.
Bruh.
what
Yeah,
was that? I didn't.
just got my like freaking computer specs for free.
Yeah. When you were playtesting like Agilidot or whatever.
I think it's technically speed up, but yeah, it's a Gildot.
Yeah, whatever. But yeah, shout outs to Narthawal for that. You should all
Yeah,
play.
thanks Another Wall for linking my
Georia.
graphics card. Yeah,
Yeah, that was really weird. I didn't know you had a graphics card.
yeah.
I mean, that sounds like a joke, but I didn't. I mean, like, not all
Nah, dude,
computers
I got
have
like a.
graphics cards.
It's not quite like $1,000 computer, but it's close. It's
Holy
pretty good.
shit! I
Yeah,
didn't realize. When did you get
Yeah.
that? Have
I
you
got
always
it.
had that?
I got it in like May as an early Christmas gift, which was
Right.
really early.
That's a really. Are you sure it's not a late Christmas gift?
Yeah, I don't know. From like 3 to 4 people, so it's
I'm
got a bunch
actually
of stuff in it.
looking to get a new like gaming computer.
Mhm.
Maybe for Christmas. I'll get some money around Christmas, so there's that. Um,
Yeah.
I've also been saving money, not specifically for a gaming computer, but I mean,
It's good to save.
it could. Um, so I'll see what I can do there. Because I want to be able to play Stranded Isle in 4K. So,
Can we have a Stranded Isle
RTX
4K
on.
mod?
Yeah. 3080 running Stranded Isle.
This is why we have to
Exactly,
port the game to
exactly.
Unity. We need to put like 4K textures on everything. Have first person mode.
That's just
dude,
Minecraft.
That's just Minecraft at that point.
Since Stranded Isle is just Minecraft.
That's what's
We're
fun.
just stealing Minecraft at this point.
Let's just mod Minecraft to be Stranded Isle. Come on.
Bro, Minecraft still won't download.
That's really...
Yeah, why are you having that issue? You can't download the launcher.
Fuck Microsoft.
Dude, you're banned.
Fuck Microsoft.
You've been banned from Minecraft for not playing it.
For Minecraft.
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 Let's okay. I think we should talk about punch placing before the end of this podcast. I think
Yeah, we're at like the
punch placing-
50-ish minute point.
Yeah, I think we're nearing the end if we want to make this like a 50-minute, 1 hour long podcast or something.
Oh, who gives a shit
I do.
about 1
So-
hour?
You do, because you rambled for like 5 minutes trying to find a topic to talk about, so your
Yeah,
video would be an hour long.
listen. It's part of the experience in that video. Okay.
I think that video is really good. Shout out to Armin on YouTube.
Yeah.
Let's talk about punch placing, Hall, and I want to know. Well, take me through your entire thoughts and emotions when you discovered/labbed this, because I wasn't
Jesus.
there. I woke up and I saw you talking about this, and I just muted the server. So,
Wow.
Same.
Bruh.
so walk us through your thoughts and emotions, and after you've done that, answer the question: were you looking for an excuse to speedrun the game? Because that does seem like the only reason punch placing
Okay.
exists.
Yeah.
I'm gonna immediately answer the question. No.
Okay.
Like it's
Okay.
not the reason I'm jumping into it. The reason I would want to
The
jump
answer is
into
yes.
it is because of both Armin and Zara looking like they're gonna get like ham on the game sub 5, you know?
So you're going to destroy their records by punch placing.
Not exactly. I mean
Two frames saved.
I'm trying to get back into it through all like the Dream Percent subcategory like thing going on. Like I'm gonna save boss kill percent for Andrew because like the moment he does one of those runs, there's no shot. But like bread
Right,
percent, you
yeah.
might have saw me, going insane doing that. I plan to
I
do.
did, yeah. Do you think that sub 1 minute is
It
possible?
is, but it's like extremely hard. It's actually a barrier that I think requires punch placing at this point. As crazy as that sounds,
Uh,
I think it's
so
required.
sub 1 minute bread percent is harder than any percent sub
Yeah,
5.
it's
Yeah.
harder than sub 5.
It's
Well, it's
harder
a shorter
than
run, so it's easier to
boss kill
grind. But
percent
yeah,
world record.
I wouldn't say harder than like a. Well, probably harder than sub 5. Maybe not harder than like a. Maybe like a sub 450 or something. Probably around
Okay.
that similar skill level you're looking for to
I
get it.
am surprised that you think sub 1 is possible when your world record is 1 minute 18 seconds.
No, like dream percent, bread percent. I've already grinded to
Oh, right.
like a 102.
Oh,
Yeah.
right. Okay.
So
We
the
were
mistakes
not.
I
Well,
made
you
there,
haven't submitted a dream percent bread
I
percent
I
run.
didn't because that 102 I looked at it and I was like I literally made such an easy mistake there. I could have gotten like a 1 minute flat, and
Right.
so I kept
Just
grinding
admit it.
and I went actually crazy.
So,
No,
okay, here's another
not
thing
now.
because this is something that I don't do. I don't know if Armin does. I'm pretty sure Zar doesn't. But you do every time. When you're mining stone,
Uh huh.
you mine yourself until you start getting until you're empty stamina, until you have like the slow walking.
Yeah.
Is that faster? Like what? Like
I'm not quite sure. I just like
to
to empty
me,
out my
that seems
bar
like it would be a time loss.
like
I
and mine
don't
as much as
mind until
possible.
I'm walking, but like I mind until like last hit.
Yeah, me too. But I don't. I would stop mining um
I have the mindset of like if you
before
have
Hollow Knight.
like half of a bar by the time you're finished mining your stone, then you like have to go over and craft tools. Either A, you can lose time by having the bar like force fill up, or B, you're gonna have to find a way
True.
to empty that bar after you make all your
True.
tools and stuff. So
True.
it's just like you're quickly getting rid of that bar, but not like losing time to it or anything. So that way, like you can almost guarantee to have very little bar by the time you craft stuff, and that just feels more optimal. But I don't think it quite is. But like you gotta finish a run on the lowest amount of bar possible.
Cool shift moment.
Yeah, so that's just why I do it, but I don't think that
Right.
necessarily means it's faster or slower.
It's just a habit that I noticed. So walk
Yeah,
us through punch placing. How did you discover this?
it was like on accident while messing around, but like it wasn't like I messed around without any sort of like motive to do it. Cuz like a day before I think was when I just did it and I was like, what did I just do and how did I just do that? Cuz like I placed it and then like hit a tree. I don't know if it was like optimal or anything,
But
but I just placed it and then started
like,
hitting a tree.
is this not something that you knew about already? Because
No,
like
I didn't like consider it.
being able to hit things when you're on top of a bench is
I knew I knew you could place it and then be walking on it and then go punch something. But I was wondering like would that save time? Could you place it and punch at the exact same time?
and
Uh
does it save time?
like so I just kind of messed around with that. And then I found out that you can do that. And I was like that saves a punch. How long does a punch take? And it's like 0.25 seconds or something. And I'm
Sorry,
like
how does it
what?
like correct? How does it save a punch?
So what it does is it places the table and it punches a tree at the exact same time. The same button
Oh,
press. Yeah.
I didn't know that. I
Yeah.
thought okay, that's still stupid, but
It saves like a quarter of a second by doing that. And it doesn't
I
lose any extra stamina.
okay, I'm gonna be honest. Does it actually save a quarter of a second?
Yeah, that seems like overestimate.
Does it save like maybe,
It saves a
you
punch,
know,
and a
a
punch is per second
punch?
long. So there you go.
A punch is not a quarter of a second long
It
because
takes a while after the cooldown, so yeah.
the time it takes to punch is not the amount of time you're saving. The stamina is really what you're saving, right?
I suppose you could say that, yeah, but like it saves you about that much bar, so I don't know.
Okay,
I don't
okay,
exactly know how much time it saves because like
okay.
then there's the
Let's
menuing question of placing a table afterwards. Like, does that lose that much time? That sort of thing. Like, I don't quite know. What I know is that
Okay.
it's more bar effective, which means it would save a little bit of time at least. And a punch, I timed it, takes 0.25 seconds. And therefore, if it were to save time, that's a good estimate to say about how much
Okay.
time it would save.
But you know that sometimes when you place a bench, this doesn't happen when you're punch placing, obviously. But you know that sometimes when you place a bench, you just you just punch into the air and you lose stamina, right?
Yeah.
Do you have a solution to stop doing that? Because I swear I lose like at least a whole bar to that every run.
Where you just punch something, nothing happens, like when you're running at the tree or what? Like,
Like when you're trying to place a bench
oh,
and
and
it just doesn't
you're not like
place.
aligned, so it just messes up.
Is it because I'm not aligned?
I would say it's
Do I
like
need
a,
to align myself?
I,
a
the thing is that when that happens, I just place again and it places it down
Yeah, I
anyway.
agree with
So
Armin. You don't need to move. So do you know if there's
I
like
don't.
a
That's just one of the things I don't know about this game. I have no clue why that
maybe
happens.
someone needs to lab that?
Yeah, but
Andrew,
like,
get yourself out there.
I don't know if it'd be Andrew. I don't know, but like,
Andrew, play this game that you hate. So
but that's just one of the questions. Like, what is the condition for setting down a table? And I just know that you can't place it in water or in the boss room or on stone, obviously. But like after that point, like obviously you can place it in an area where you can walk on top of it, and then sometimes you
Yeah.
just can't. I think it has to do with
Well, you can only walk on top of it if you place it on
like
the
if
block here.
I think
If you're
if you're more
already
than
on.
if you're more than halfway into like a tile, right? Then it's just gonna start like punching something, so you can't place it then. If you're less than halfway, it'll just place it anyway.
But
But like
the thing
I
is,
don't quite know if that
if you
answers
stop
everything.
moving, like even if you don't move, if you punch again, it usually places after. So
Hmm.
yeah,
I don't
I
know.
don't know if it's alignment dependent, but you know, if you don't have an answer, you don't have an answer. It's
I
fine.
don't. And that was
Um,
just my theory. Like it looks at the center of the character and determines whether or not you can place based on how far in you are.
so punch placing saves time is your verdict,
Hmm. Now
and it
I know
doesn't
the next
lose time
question.
if you miss it.
I know the next question will be something like, okay, but it's like 0.25 seconds at worst, and
No, at
Lord
best,
knows, like,
that's the best amount of time that it saves.
yeah. It says a full second at Wars on like 2021.
bruh. All right, but um, like, does that time save matter when it's like an RNG game? And I would argue that you want to save as much time as possible because the
I
RNG
agree.
affects you
I
less.
agree.
Yeah.
Okay, my next
So
question is actually, does it like do you lose time if you miss it?
not always, because like if you're too close and you swing and you don't place it, but you still hit the tree, there's like not really much of a time loss there. You're just hitting the tree with 8 hits
But
and
if
just
you place it and you don't hit the tree, that's the
sometimes you'll
time
still
loss?
walk through it. So it's just
Okay.
gonna like miss a punch, and then you'll just have to keep going. But like you still placed it and you still punched, so it doesn't really lose time or gain time because it's still 9 punches to place a table and take out a tree. The problem is like if you're way too early, you place the table and then you can't walk through it because
Or
like
you open it.
yeah, then it just kind of then it just really sucks. Yeah, and if you
Petition
open
to
it,
rename place punching to plunching.
plunging,
Plunching.
that's actually kind of funny.
I'm never running with it. If
Yeah,
you
I
name
don't
it
think
that.
anyone but Hollow Knight is gonna do that, but I mean, good on
Yeah,
you for
no, fuck that.
trying it out.
I mean, like, and you saw that I left it out. It was mainly trying to figure out like what the timing for it was, like how precise of a trick it was, if
Yes.
it was that precise at all, or anything like that. It seems to be that like my halfway point theory has some grain of truth to it, because if like you place it, um, and then like you punch them at the same time, it has to have like this thing where you're able to punch something from far away, but it also has to think that you're able to place the table where you're at, which seems to be a very precise window
Well,
on
I
there.
actually think that, say, frame one, you place the table, right?
Mm-hmm.
On the next frame and the frame after that, there probably is still a hitbox there,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Yeah.
So what is happening is you're placing it on the first frame, and then you're moving into the range of the tree on the next.
Yeah. and it
Do you
requires
have a
momentum
video
to
of you
do.
clutching? Can I see a video of it?
I think I posted one, yeah. But like,
I'll search it up.
and I figured a few things. You can't do it without momentum. You have to be moving to do it. So
Obviously, yeah.
yeah, because like if you're a little bit too far, you're just gonna place it, not hit the tree. If you're a little too close, you won't place it. So it
I
has to
have
move through.
found a plunge. Here we go.
So like you have to move through, and I think that's because of like the halfway point thing where um it has to think you can place it on the
So
same
yeah,
thing.
you place it, and then the damage shows up the
Yeah,
next frame.
and like an indicator that you hit it is like the ones in a different spot if you're just holding forward. So
My guess is probably that it's a pretty difficult, like pretty precise trick.
yeah, no, it seems pretty hard. Um,
Plunge.
I don't know if it's like pixel perfect or I don't think frame perfect or anything like that, but it feels
No,
very precise for sure. Um,
sure.
yeah, I would
Nah, fuck
I would be
that.
willing to bet it's like a pixel perfect, not frame perfect thing. But that's just me, and I could be wrong. So like, um, I found a timing for it. If like you're in a like a one wide corridor and there's like trees on each side or whatever, right? Like you can turn around and instantly do it in like a sort of rhythm, and that works.
Yeah.
So it's a consistent trick. It's just hard to do, and especially if you're just running at something and hoping you get it, you're probably not going to get it.
Right.
And I think that might be because you move multiple pixels, and then
Do you,
like,
so this is an interesting question that I just thought of, but
mhm.
do you think that rounding errors could affect your position on the map?
I'm not like it's not like I did my research on movement in SI
I
before
have
this
no idea how the
podcast.
movement is done. I
But
do
here's the
not know where
thing.
the code is.
Yeah,
Like
like
for that.
if you move more than one pixel per frame in this game, then
Yeah.
there is a theory that sometimes it is physically impossible to hit the trick. But like I'm not too sure on that.
Awesome.
Yeah. Cuz I mean like I think that
No,
just means
fuck
you'd have
that
to
shit.
change your timing. Cuz like if it's halfway into it and then like more than halfway into it sort of thing, then you could probably still
Yeah.
maybe do it. Especially if it's like a frame 2 that the punch hitbox comes out, but I don't know. It's
Sounds
weird.
really awesome.
Yeah, but like with the like the corridor timing, like you can usually just get it every time. And I think it's because you're just you know there's no momentum weirdness going on. You're just pressing the opposite direction and then doing the timing, so there's less that can go wrong there. But if you're just running at something,
Yeah.
then you like your speed is different, and like sometimes maybe it's just you can't hit it.
Guys, did you know there's a default seed for um Stranded Isle?
Yeah, if you like
Mm,
if you load up a
No.
seed and then you just like
I,
export the cart, that seed will still be vibing there, and you can just load it up the next time you play.
no, as in there is a commented out piece of code that when you put it back in, you get the default seed for Stranded Isle.
Mm-hmm.
Yo, is this the pack.png for Stranded Isle?
I'll send in a screenshot. There is, in fact, I'll stream it to the Discord so you can just watch it. Right,
Let's go.
there is a piece right here, seed rand 1245, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's still loading. No.
Are there
And
seeds
if it,
already?
and if you take there are not seeds, but this is like implementing a seed. And then when you run it, you get this seed every time.
Mm-hmm.
So
Is there gonna be
What
optimal
a
stranded
shit
isle seed
seed.
searching?
it is a bad seed, but would it be, would it be an interesting category to do like a 1245% and see how low you can get it?
Mm.
Yeah, that would be pog.
Because it's the default seed, so it's not like random. Like it's
Yeah.
not just any random seed that we picked up.
Especially,
It's the
especially if it's Dream Percent. Dream Percent would be sick.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
sure. So yeah, what do you think about that?
That's
I
poggers.
just I just discovered that right now. I was looking at it, but
Default seed.
Bro.
So
Make
I
a
guess you could
seed.
just literally have like a seed random in the number, and you could just do set seed for this game. Because if that exists, then surely you could just change that number.
You could, yes.
Yeah, so just set seed exists.
Set seed kind of exists. You
Yep.
can set any seed, but
You gotta
it's kind
find
of
them.
yeah. You've got to find them, and the way to do
Yo.
I know what I'm doing
Wait,
today. I
that.
go through like
Are you?
seeds
Are
1
you?
through 100.
Are you gonna do that?
I might do that. I got nothing to do but
Okay.
watch YouTube for the rest of today and maybe do a bit of
Oh,
doc work.
I
So
got an essay edit to make.
okay. To not really relevant to Stranded Isle, but Mr. Beast Squid Game.